7 Men's Stories Exciting Entertainment.
Ted Bundy, the tale of a charismatic monster. Welcome to this episode of True Crime. Today, we delve into the chilling story of Ted Bundy, a man whose name has become synonymous with horror and deceit. Born on November 24, 1946, in Burlington, Vermont, Bundy's life seemed unremarkable on the surface. He was charming, intelligent, and good-looking. However, beneath this facade lay a brutal killer whose crimes spanned several states and left a trail of devastation. The early signs. Bundy's early life did not foreshadow the monster he would become. He grew up believing that his grandparents were his parents and his mother was his sister, a lie that undoubtedly affected his psyche. Despite these early deceptions, he excelled academically and socially. He attended the University of Washington, where he studied psychology and became involved in political campaigns, impressing those around him with his charm and intellect. The descent into darkness. Bundy's descent into violence began in the early 1970s. His first known victim, Linda Ann Healy, was a 19-year-old student at the University of Washington. On February 1, 1974, Healy disappeared from her room. Her bed was found neatly made, but her belongings were gone. This disappearance marked the beginning of a terrifying spree of abductions and murders. Bundy had a specific modus operandi. He would often approach his victims in public places, pretending to be injured or needing assistance. His good looks and polite demeanor made him appear non-threatening. Once he lured the women into his car, usually a distinctive Volkswagen Beetle, he would overpower them, take them to a secluded location, assault them, and then kill them. His victims were often left in wooded areas, and their remains were found scattered across multiple states. The Manhunt and Escalation. As the bodies began to accumulate, law enforcement agencies across Washington, Oregon, Utah, and Colorado started to see a pattern. The victims were all young women, similar in appearance, long hair parted in the middle, attractive, and often college students. However, without modern forensic technologies like DNA profiling, the police struggled to connect the dots. Bundy's crimes continued unabated, with several high-profile abductions and murders shocking the nation. In Colorado, he abducted and killed Karen Campbell, a nurse who vanished from a hotel hallway in Aspen. This crime, among others, further escalated the urgency of the investigation. Despite his escalating violence, Bundy maintained his facade of normalcy, even securing a position at a crime prevention agency, where he ironically studied methods to prevent crime. Capture and escape. In August 1975, Bundy's luck ran out. He was pulled over in Utah for driving erratically, and a search of his car revealed suspicious items, including handcuffs, a ski mask, and a crowbar. Though initially arrested on a lesser charge, further investigation linked him to multiple murders. Bundy's confidence, however, was unshaken. While in custody in Colorado, he managed a daring escape. He leapt from a courthouse window and evaded capture for 6 days before being recaptured. But Bundy's audacity didn't stop there. In December 1977, he escaped again, this time through a hole in the ceiling of his cell, which led to the prison's crawl space. From there, he fled to Florida, where his final and most brutal spree would occur. The Chi Omega murders. On January 15, 1978, Bundy broke into the Chi Omega sorority house at Florida State University. Within the space of a few minutes, he brutally attacked 4 women, killing 2 of them, Margaret Bowman and Lisa Levy, with a club and sexually assaulting them. He then fled, leaving behind a scene of horrific violence. Bundy's rampage in Florida continued with the abduction and murder of 12-year-old Kimberly Leach, whose body was found weeks later in an abandoned pigsty. This heinous act marked the end of Bundy's freedom. He was finally arrested after a routine traffic stop, during which he provided a false name. His true identity was soon discovered, leading to one of the most publicized trials in American history. Bundy chose to represent himself during the trial, a decision that added to the media frenzy. He displayed a bizarre mix of charisma and arrogance, even proposing marriage to his girlfriend, Carol Ann Boone, in the courtroom. Despite his attempts to manipulate the proceedings, Bundy was convicted of the Chi Omega murders and the murder of Kimberly Leach. He received 3 death sentences. Bundy's time on death row was marked by numerous appeals and attempts to delay his execution. He confessed to over 30 murders, though the true number of his victims remains unknown. On January 24, 1989, Ted Bundy was executed in the electric chair at Florida State Prison. The story of Ted Bundy is a chilling reminder of the evil that can lurk behind a friendly face. His ability to charm and deceive, combined with his ruthless violence, made him one of the most dangerous criminals in history. His case has had a lasting impact on law enforcement, particularly in how serial crimes are investigated across state lines. Bundy's legacy continues to fascinate and horrify, serving as a cautionary tale about the darkness that can hide in plain sight.
Feel free to follow this channel to avoid missing any new content. Disclaimer: the images are AI generated and are for illustration purposes. The stories on this channel are researched to the best of our knowledge.